What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kat. This is my channel. Be sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 Warrior Crew members before the end of the year. But today, I have an exciting video. This is kind of a, I don't want to say taboo, but this is an interesting topic. As you can see by the title of the video, drinking alcohol post-weight loss surgery is kind of an iffy thing. Some people are for it, some people are against it, some people are in the middle. I am here to tell you where I am on that journey, and if you are interested in drinking, here's what I would suggest. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So the first thing you need to know is if you are going to drink post-VSG or post-bypass or whatever, you need to talk to your doctor. When is it safe, according to your doctor, to introduce alcohol back into your diet? A lot of people have the surgery and never touch alcohol again. I am someone who was not a big drinker before. I'm not a big drinker now, but I want to have the option, especially with my wedding coming up. I want to be able to enjoy my Caribbean honeymoon and have a daiquiri or a pina colada on the beach on this honeymoon that we've now been waiting 2 years to go on. So I think that, like everything after the surgery, it's all in moderation, making sure you're handling it. I also want to touch on transfer addiction. So most of us that have had this weight loss surgery, it is because we have an addiction to food. And one thing that is very common with weight loss surgery patients is transfer addiction. So that means that your obsession with food can either transfer into counting calories, or you become obsessed with going to the gym, or some people even struggle with alcoholism or drug abuse post weight loss surgery. If you have an addictive personality, I would suggest speaking with your doctor and possibly a mental health professional before doing that. I was clear to add everything back into my diet after month 2, except for steak. I think was 3 months. I had to wait 3 months. But I know there's kind of a blanket statement about bringing alcohol back in your diet after month 6. So I am currently 6+ months post-op. I'm in my 7th month post-op, and I did have surgery in September, and I had alcohol for the first time in November of 2020. So pretty quickly after. So looking at my old drinking pattern versus my new drinking pattern, I am, as I said, I was not a big drinker. I maybe had 1 or 2 drinks a month, not a whole lot. It's still about that much. I'm filming this the beginning of March, and I'm trying to think of the last time I had alcohol. It might have been in November. It's just not something that's on my radar. I mean, for how much I drink, max, I probably drink 1 drink a month. When we go on vacation, that's a little bit different. I like to splurge. I enjoy having pina coladas on the beach, as I mentioned. I enjoy coconut themed mixed drinks, those kinds of things. So I might have maybe 1 drink a night on vacation, but I wouldn't have one every night. So if we go on a week-long vacation, I would probably have 3 or 4 drinks on that vacation, for example. So we're going to our honeymoon. That's probably what I'll drink on the honeymoon, 3 or 4 drinks while I'm there. It might be a little bit more, but one thing you have to remember is that it will take me all night to drink 1 drink. So let's look at the things you need to remember if you're going to drink post-VSG after you determine if and when it is safe for you to do so. Number 1, you're gonna get drunk faster. Like real fast, really fast. Like I get drunk like a third of the way into a cup of something. I get drunk super fast, but then number 2, I get sober really fast. You're gonna get sober really fast because your system is gonna move that stuff through faster. Number 3, you're gonna be a cheap date. As I said, it takes me all night to drink 1 drink. So I don't need multiple drinks. I can nurse that 1 pina colada all night. My husband's happy, I'm happy, our wallet's happy. It's a win-win scenario. Number 4, dumping syndrome. A lot of alcohol is straight sugar. If you have an aversion to sugar post-VSG, you're probably gonna wanna stay away from alcohol because it will probably give you dumping syndrome. Luckily, I don't have this problem. I've only ever had dumping syndrome once, and it was because I ate something that was too spicy. I know a lot of people, ice cream bothers them, or just super sugary things like smoothies bother them. None of those things bother me. I'm very lucky that way. But take into consideration that alcohol is sugar and you could have dumping syndrome. If you decide you want to drink, my suggestion would be make your drink of choice at home, have a small amount, and see how your system handles it. I remember when I was meeting with the bariatric dietitian the first time in, oh my gosh, maybe June 2020, and we thought we were gonna have a wedding in November of 2020. That was our third wedding date. Yeah, our third wedding date. Our fourth wedding date is this March. Regardless, I asked her, will it be safe for me to have our wedding cake, or will it be safe for me to have a small glass of champagne for the champagne toast? Now, champagne has carbonation. This is a big no-no post VSG. I was gonna have one sip and call it a day. I've decided I'm not even willing to run the risk of one sip of champagne because it can stretch out your stomach, screw up your whole process. So I've asked my venue to switch mine to a sweet white wine. But the advice I just gave you is what she gave me, which was have a small piece of cake, have one bite, see how you feel, take another bite, see how you feel. And the same thing with any alcohol I wanted to drink that night. Try it at home where you're close to a bathroom and not in a wedding dress, so we don't have a bridesmaid situation on our hands. And then once you have a better feeling of how you will handle that, go forth and prosper, my children, basically. And number 5, try to remember that our conventional ways of feeling better in the morning are probably not gonna work, right? So usually, I don't know if everybody else did this, but you have a long night of drinking and you wake up in the morning and you binge on something fast food. Usually for me in college, it was Taco Bell, something like Mexican and greasy to soak up the booze, right? You can't do that anymore. Take that into consideration. Your normal hangover methods will most likely also have to change. I will say I have not experienced a hangover post VSG, but I also haven't had more than one drink in one night at a time. Okay, so moving into the fun stuff, here are the things that I would suggest drinking if you're going to drink. These are things that work for me, mixers that you can use post VSG. So since we have to avoid carbonation, I'm not gonna be able to say any pop. My go-to, I'm a weirdo. I loved Diet Coke and coconut rum. That was my jam. We can't do that anymore. It has been almost 7 months since I've had a Diet Coke, and I really want one, but I wanna be healthy way more than I wanna drink a Diet Coke. So we're not gonna do that. Instead, you can either have liquor, literally straight. If you can do that, you do you, boo-boo. There's plenty of wines that are not carbonated that you can try. Go for that. I'm not a big wine drinker. There's also still plenty of mixers. I would go for low-calorie juices, iced teas. I love Diet Snapple. Peach tea, that's a great one to mix with things. Lemonade is awesome. If you like going to Sonic for mixers, their ocean water is actually not carbonated. So you can grab an ocean water and it's great with coconut rum. Can you tell I like coconut rum? So I'm always trying to find things to mix Malibu or Blue Chair rum into. But, and then of course, most, if not all, frozen drinks have zero carbonation, but they also have the most sugar and they would have the most carbs. So after VSG, I am really trying to watch my carbs. Of course, if I'm drinking alcohol, I'm probably not paying as much attention, or I'm having a splurge for that evening. If I want to pay more attention and stay closer to my plan, I will go for something like a low-calorie juice or a low-calorie tea as a mixer. If I'm willing to go for whatever, that's when I'm gonna go for a pina colada, a mudslide, or some sort of daiquiri. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to drink or if you have been drinking post-weight loss surgery. Again, this is dealer's choice. It's what you're comfortable with. I am absolutely not telling you you need to have alcohol. If you never want to touch it again, I support that as well. I hardly ever touch it as is, but I wanted to share with you guys my guide on how I do that when I do. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, become a Warrior Crew member, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys.